When you get to Launchpad, turn down his offer to take you home and jump over him through the wall. Now, remember that pattern on the floor just now? That's the pattern you have to make with these barrels. Drop the first one in the middle slot and drop the next one in the second slot. Then everything starts shaking and somehow you manage to change the sea level. You've also freed up this area down here, as earlier it was barricaded by spikes. These first two chests contain a 1-up and one of the 2 hidden treasures, a wand of some kind. Now dig through all these rocks. It'll take you a good goddamn long time too, but it'll eventually pay off and you'll get to a chest with a piece of the treasure map. When leaving, all the rocks regenerate, so take the upper path and make your way back down. You won't be able to get out the other way. The boss is this stoner guy that kicks the floor, causing all these blocks to fall from the ceiling before he fires his arm. Your normal attacks won't phase him at all, so knock the debris towards him with a golf swing and duck under his arm. The impact from the rock will break him apart, although to technically hit him you have to pogo the red thing in the center of his body. You don't have to hit it directly, just getting it close enough works. The toughest part about this boss is the falling rocks. You never really know where they're going to show up, but he won't attack you while it's falling, so just keep your eye on the rocks coming down and you should be able to maneuver your way around them. After taking him out, you'll obtain the small plate. Next up is Egypt, and if you've played Mega Man 4, you'll notice the recycled platforms in quicksand from Pharaoh Man's level. When you get to this treasure chest, you'll fall through an illusion floor, and Louie pulls another one from the bucket of the obvious, telling you there are traps in this place. Yeah, I kinda noticed. Use this hook to jump up and pull this thing down and you'll get another diamond. Breaking through these blocks and slipping through the quicksand, you'll end up down here where Dewey reads an inscription on the wall. 1 is 3, 3 is 2, 4 is 1, 2 is 4. What the hell? Make your way left and be sure to use the pogo jump on the 3rd platform that pops out of the wall here to reach the 4th one. Then you'll end up in this room with numbered blocks. Remember that little nursery rhyme with the numbers Dewey mentioned? Well, that's where this comes into play. Pogo jump on 1 3 times, 3 2 times, 4 once, and 2 4 times. The wall opens up and you've got another piece of the map. Later on you'll have to pogo onto this stack of rocks and pogo off the snake onto the next stack. If you mistime it and end up in the quicksand with the snake, you'll be in trouble because you can't jump high enough to get out. You'll have to golf swing your way through the rocks and run underneath while jumping repeatedly to keep yourself afloat. Huey will read off yet another wall inscription. The one who sees the light of the sun will find the way. Alright, when you climb up the rope, knock these rocks out of the way and walk through the illusion wall. You'll get a diamond out of the deal. Leave and come back so the rocks regenerate. Use them as a boost to get to this hidden area and you'll end up in a room with a mirror and glowing light peering through the wall. Pull the mirror in front of the light and the flow will open up. This will lead to the 2nd hidden treasure. You'll end up back up here again and won't be far from the boss. Some pharaoh guy that fires an electrical current and sinks underneath the quicksand. Jump over the current as soon as he fires it. He's slow going down the quicksand, so it shouldn't be a problem landing and having enough time to attack again. After finishing him off, there's just one more level to go, Scotland. I guess they couldn't resist the haunted house, castle-esque level. Here we have floating hands carrying lanterns, incognito knights, and frogs. Use this hidden treasure chest as a boost to get to the diamond in the chest up ahead. Use your jumping attack to take out these bricks and grab a few items. These blocks with the arrow on activates these platforms that pop out of the wall. They always lead to something, usually money, so anytime you see them, take it. When you get to this spot with the hooks on the wall, just hang there for a second and let the lantern in hand go by you. If you try to move around it, you'll probably end up smacking it and falling to your death. When you ride this platform, don't bother trying to get up to this treasure chest, you won't make it. After climbing this chain, bang a right and make your way through the illusion wall. From here you'll have to pogo kill 3 straight lanterns over a bottomless pit. Make sure the first one is a pretty good distance away from you before you jump, otherwise you might land short of the platform. This will lead to your final piece of the treasure map. When you get to this area, grab the treasures up top first, then break through the rocks and activate the platform so you can catch up to it without opening up the chests. The boss is this douchebag in a purple druid suit. He'll fire slow-ass tornadoes or he'll summon lightning. The trick is to make your jump right as he waves his wand, as he'll do the same thing for either attack and you can't really tell which one he's going to pull. What he'll do is disappear and fade back in with a decoy on the other side. Right after the decoy disappears, he'll attack, so time your jump. You don't have to worry about overhead attacks, so you don't have to be conservative. Just don't stand in one spot for too long. After winning, you'll have all 5 treasures and all 7 pieces of the map. Kick ass. But wait, Glumgold takes Webby hostage and orders you to exchange your treasures for her. But wait again. Huey thinks it's a good idea to follow the treasure map to the basement of the castle in Scotland to see what we can find before we worry about Webby. She's probably getting raped right now, but Scrooge is so greedy he doesn't give a shit. So off we go to the bonus level, and it has a very bizarre music selection. It's all peppy and upbeat, and we're in the basement of a haunted house with a river of green sludge. There are 2 paths you can take, and you make that choice right here. Either go overhead, or let the raft take you. If you stay on the raft, the route is a little trickier. If you hop up on this platform and take too long grabbing the treasure, you won't be able to catch up with the raft, so you have to act fast. Toward the end, you want to get these handlebars parallel with the raft, so send yourself sailing right when it's even so you can slip back on it safely. If you take the other route, watch these red platforms. They fall after you land on them, so jump quick. There's a few forks in the road here too. If you end up where the raft is, duck as soon as you set it off to avoid smacking the ceiling. But once you're underneath, it's smooth sailing right up to the boss, who turns out to be that stupid purple druid fuck. He has 1 attack this time, and it's different. It's a glowing ball of light or something, and what the fuck, I turned into a frog. You'll change back, but you have to hop around first, but remember that his attack is up high, so don't jump if he's winding up. As far as killing him goes, make your jump as soon as you see the glowing ball appear above his wand as he winds up, and your timing should work. After disposing of him, you'll get the treasure that's been built up throughout this whole game, a giant glowing Jolly Rancher. So now on to save Webby from Rapist Glumgold. You'll be back on the ship in Bermuda, but you don't have to worry about going through the level. Just head over to this little opening that was blockaded earlier, climb up, and meet up with your nemesis. He tells you to hand over the goods, so you do, and he backs out of the deal, transforming into what's supposed to be a robot, but looks like a claymation blob or something. He attaches himself to the ceiling and kicks at you with legs so stretchable they'll make Dasim jealous. Now it's very hard to get above him for your attack, because he'll grab a hold of the ceiling very quickly. There are 2 ways to go about this. Either stand to the outside direction of the kicks and time your jump so you'll pogo off the ground right after the second kick, or you can stand right next to him and let the kick sail right over you, and when he's on his way down, jump up over him quickly for the attack. The timing is pretty delicate, so you might want to stock up on continues if you have the cash. So Glumgold gets pissed that you destroyed his toy, and decides he's just going to sink the ship and the treasures, instead of taking off with them like he should have been doing when you were fighting the robot. So you get Webby and get the hell out. They mourn the loss of the treasures that sank, but are at least grateful to be alive. But wait, it turns out the treasures are fine. A plane, assuming to be flown by a Launchpad, is carrying them back to shore. Now how the hell did he manage to do that? Now if you didn't get all the pieces of the map, you'll get the normal ending, where Scrooge ponders what the secret treasure was. If you get the good ending, Scrooge takes off his hat, revealing the Jolly Rancher. So I guess he fought that robot the whole time with that thing on his head. Don't you think he would have put it somewhere safe right after he found it, instead of bringing it to Bermuda and risk having it fall into the ocean? Especially when he was going there to give up all his treasures to Glumgold anyway. The good ending really falls flat, but at least there's 2 different endings. DuckTales 2 is a worthy sequel that got lost in the shuffle of the NES library, due to the fact that the 16-bit era was at its peak and not many NES games would follow. Unfortunately, the game is still too short, even with the bonus level. It doesn't ruin the game, but you kinda walk away wishing there could have been an additional level or 2. This isn't a revolutionary, groundbreaking game, but it does everything it needs to do. It doesn't really match up with the original, especially with the lack of bad guy characters from the show. I mean, where the hell did the Beagle Boys go? But if you want to kill some time, you can't go wrong with DuckTales 2. So that wraps up this edition of Aqualung's Game Reviews. See you next time.